Welcome back to Social Disorder. Last week we asked you guys to vote to see who you thought won the Pet Expo episode. And you guys voted for me.
This episode, Chris and I are taking to the streets with a series of proposals we have for the government. The thing is, we wrote each other's proposals and won't know what they are until we get there. The goal is to get the most sign up for our petitions that we can.
Yes, and once we have the support of the people, we're taking it to the highest form of government possible.
The highest form. Before we could pitch our main legislation to the city council, we needed to gauge interest in our smaller proposals. So we took to the streets.
Something wrong with you, Chris.
What do you think about the entertainment industry? Would you say there's an unfairness? Like in adult entertainment, wouldn't you say that it's a little unfair that women make so much more than men? What I'm proposing is a mandatory minimum for male strippers. You know, a minimum wage. Because I'm dancing my heart out all night, you know, and I'm not making right now. You know what I'm saying?
So, are you specifically a male stripper and you're just looking for like help?
Well, I'm not looking for like a handout, or I mean a handout full of cash, yeah, but not like a handout like if I was pity stripping, which don't pity strip because that's just, no one has fun pity stripping, you know.
I'm gonna go ahead and head out, but man, I appreciate it.
What? Are you aware of the law in Texas? The age of consent is 17 years old.
Seems a little young.
I absolutely agree. So right now we're trying to get a petition raising the age of consent to 30.
Well, having turned 30 recently, that seems a little late.
It seems a little late, but you also understand, like, I don't feel like I'm not 30 yet, and I don't feel comfortable making sex. So what we're looking for is if you'd like be open to signing our petition.
Am not, no.
All right. Well, I guess we agree to disagree.
With our street canvassing done, it was time for Chris and I to pitch our main proposals to a city council.
All right, good evening. We'll call city council meeting to order. Anyone wishing to address the council may do so at this time. First up is Aaron Marquis. Aaron, did I get that right?
Yes.
Good.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. This is actually about Resolution H2 concerning property taxes, and I would like to add an addendum. I went to a restaurant the other day, and this is a true story. There were so many unattractive people in it that I couldn't eat. I had to leave early. Unfortunately, not everyone in this town is attractive, like me. Unattractive people, unfortunately, are hard to look at and are sometimes boring. And I believe there's something that we can do.
Okay, next up is Christopher Stephen.
The problem I have is with the penal system, it's too gratuitous. Example is Title IX. Up to a felony charge can be viewed for promoting the use of or owning more than 6 dildos. That's too many. That's too many. I think we should cut that down to 2.
I spend most of my time trying to be handsome. And I would just, you guys could put that on there. And it has cost me thousands of dollars in surgery. And I should be rewarded. Whether you believe it or not, ugly people pay the exact same amount in property taxes as attractive people like myself.
We limit the size of not only the number, but also the size of the dildos. I just think it's something more appropriate. Limit it to 2 inches. I think it's a danger. It's a danger for our citizens. I know a man who was killed, or not killed, but he was injured.
Now, how are we going to do this? Residents send in pictures and are judged by a bipartisan council, of course, approved by all of you. It's a council of the hot, and if they are ugly, they must pay a tax. Now, attractive people like me and frankly, several of the people on this board, Mr. Mayor, I'm looking at you, would receive a handsomeness rebate.
I think people should limit their sexual intercourse to certain hours, and things in the schools that are taught that are just false. We should limit those, like female orgasms. It's a myth.
Now, some might say an ugly tax isn't fair, and I can hear that, and I understand that. But let me say this. If I apply to an engineering job, 10 out of 10 times the ugly guy in glasses gets the job just because I didn't go to engineering school. How is that fair?
My proposed solution is the creation of the Department of Indecency and Carnal Knowledge. I will volunteer to lead this committee as the Assistant Special Serviceman as my, counsel, and together we will rewrite Texas decency laws. If I had the council support, please say nothing. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to ask if you, the esteemed council, have any questions about this proposal. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how attractive you think this proposal is. Ugly tax. Ugly tax. Ugly tax. Ugly tax. Ugly tax. Ugly tax. Ugly. Do I have much time?
4 seconds.
Ugly tax. Ugly tax. Ugly tax. Ugly tax. Ugly tax. Thank you very much for your
That's
time.
it. Very interesting night.
After completely embarrassing each other in front of the nice people of the city council, it's now time for you to exercise your democracy.
Right. Decide who won this episode. Was it me with hashtag vote Aaron, or was it Chris with hashtag vote Chris? We'll announce the winner next episode.
So, subscribe, watch more Social Disorder, shirt,
Shirt.
vote me.
Vote Aaron. On the next episode of Social Disorder, Chris and I put our culinary skills to the test and each host a cooking class.
Now that's done up soup.
The thing is, we each wrote each other's recipes. It's a test to see who's the master chef.
Holy